Here are top movie critics' reviews and what you need to know about the film Spenser Confidential. Want a chance to win a free Amazon gift card? Watch till the end to find out how. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. What is it about? Spenser, Marc Wahlberg, an ex-cop notorious for making trouble rather than solving it, just got out of jail and is leaving Boston for good. But first he gets sidetracked into helping his old boxing coach and mentor, Henry, Arkin, with a promising newbie. That's Hawk, Winston Duke, a brash, no-nonsense MMA fighter convinced he'll be a tougher opponent than Spenser ever was. When two of Spenser's former colleagues turn up murdered, he recruits Hawk and his foul-mouthed ex-girlfriend, Cissy, Iliza Shlesinger, to help him investigate and bring the culprits to justice. From director Peter Berg, Spenser Confidential is an action comedy co-starring Bokeem Woodbine, Maron, and Post Malone. It is inspired by Robert B. Parker's Wonderland, a best-selling novel by Ace Atkins. Topic Movie Critics Reviews. Brad Newsom, Sydney Morning Herald. You don't need to remember the 80s Private Eye series Spenser for Hire to enjoy this witless, charmless Marc Wahlberg Netflix movie. All you need is a general lack of discernment. Thumbs down. Ignaty Vishnetsky, AV Club. An ending that teases the possibility of sequels, with Wahlberg Spenser tackling more cases of police officers and emergency personnel who have been falsely accused of crimes, should elicit nothing but groans. Original score, C-. Thumbs down. Robert Levin, Newsday. There are many things I like about Marc Wahlberg as an actor, but he's not very good when his characters have to put their thinking cap on. Original score, 1.5 out of 4. Thumbs down. James Bardinelli, Real Views. Serviceable is probably the most complimentary term I can come up with. Original score, 2 out of 4. Thumbs down. Benjamin Lee, Guardian. It's an action comedy mystery thriller that manages to spectacularly fail at all of the above. An algorithmic abomination that's as coldly constructed as it is clumsily made. Original score, 1 out of 5. Thumbs down. David Ehrlich, IndieWire. There's almost nothing about this ultra-disposable programmer that doesn't feel derivative to the point of self-parody. Original score, D. Thumbs down. David Fear, Rolling Stone. A coda sets up a sequel. There are worse things to look forward to. Original score, 3 out of 5. Thumbs up. Christy Puchko, RogerNebur.com. An insipid buddy cop mystery that feels like a forgotten artifact of the 1980s. Original score, 1 out of 4. Thumbs down. Adam Graham, Detroit News. As a pilot episode for a rebooted Spenser for Hire, Spenser Confidential is just corny enough to work, but as a standalone story, it's about as welcome as a curse from the great Bambino. Original score, C-. Thumbs down. Barry Hertz, Globe and Mail. The action is muted, the production design lackluster, and the momentum engineered for frequent bathroom breaks and other household distractions. Original score, 2 out of 4. Thumbs down. Richard Roper, Chicago Sun-Times. It's a fantastically over-the-top drive-in B-movie for the streaming generation. Original score, 3.5 out of 4. Thumbs up. Frank Scheck, Hollywood Reporter. Other than the obvious star power, this tired action comedy directed by the actor's frequent collaborator, Peter Berg, feels more like the plot of a short-lived summer broadcast television series than the film franchise to which it clearly aspires. Thumbs down. Marc Wahlberg as Spenser, Winston Duke as Hawk, Alan Arkin as Henry Cimoli, Iliza Shlesinger as Cissy Davis, Bokeem Woodbine as Driscoll, Marc Maron as Wayne Cosgrove, Austin Post as Squeeb, James DuMont as Tracksuit Charlie Bentwood, Michael Gaston as Captain Boylan, Colleen Camp as Mara Hop, Olaide Wilson as Letitia, Kip Weeks as Macklin, Rebecca Gibel as Laurie Boylan, Big Shug as W. Lintz, Donald Cerrone as Big Boy, Justice Carney as Liquor Store Worker, Christopher Gerard Weigel as Hipster, Brandon Scales as Terrence Graham. Want a chance to win a free Amazon gift card? Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and answer this question in comments. Winners will be chosen randomly in comments, so make sure to come back and see. Was Terrence Graham cleared of all charges? Detective Spenser and his partner Driscoll arrive at the home of Captain John Boylan. While interrogating about the woman named Gloria Winooski and the tape footage of Winooski's killing leaked by Cosgrove, the confrontation gets heated, and Spenser knocks Boylan unconscious and was consequently sent to prison. 5 years later, Spenser is set free and is picked up by his friend Henry Cimoli. His ex, Cissy, is there to his surprise, but he leaves and drives away with Henry and stayed at Cimoli's house with his roommate Hawk. After dark, Boylan is driving while talking to his daughter over the phone. He gets hit by a truck at a school bus yard, and some hooded men drag him out of the car and beat him ruthlessly. which his daughter can hear before he was cruelly murdered. The next day, a nurse named Letitia Graham arrives to find her husband, Terrence, lifeless in a car with a gunshot wound to his head. Spenser is the prime suspect in Boylan's killings, but was in time let go by Driscoll as he was in Cimoli's house during that time. Spenser realizes that Terrence is suspected of involvement in the killing, as well as news in the media that he probably killed himself out of guilt. Spenser resolves to take the case since he knew Terrence personally and knew he was a great officer. After some accidents and fights throughout the investigation, Spenser goes to Olaide's residence after it's been vandalized, and she gives him an audio recording that Terrence hid between himself and Boylan. The tape checks that Boylan was a filthy cop, and that Bentwood, Macklin, and Driscoll all worked together, and it was Driscoll who struck the killing blow to Boylan. Spenser brings the tape to the FBI, but they consider it inadequate evidence to go after Driscoll and declare Graham's name. Spenser finds Bentwood and aggressively interrogates him. He admits that there is shipment of drugs coming from New Hampshire to Wonderland, a casino syndicate of dirty cops, and the Trinitarios. Spenser and Hawk discover the van and run it off the road, taking down 2 criminals inside, but the other one gets away before coming across the pile. Driscoll later contacts Spenser, who knows that Spenser knows about him, told Spenser that Cimoli has been abducted, and he forces him to meet at Wonderland within an hour. Cissy and Hawk join in. The 3 arrive in Wonderland, attacking the offender and setting Cimoli free. Spenser pursues Driscoll and involves himself in a fight where Spenser was beaten, but he gained an advantage against Driscoll. Yet he stopped just short of defeating him, the same way he beat Boylan to escape returning to prison, and instead handcuffed him. They leave the dirty cops outside with all the proof, just as the police and the FBI arrive to seize Driscoll and his goons. Terrence Graham was then cleared from all charges posthumously. In a restaurant, Spenser watches a news report of a church fire from 2 years prior, and the Boston fire chief is apprehended, though he claims to be innocent. Spenser knows him from before and expects that he was about to take the case, which makes Cissy and Henry worry. On June 26, 2018, it was announced that Marc Wahlberg and Peter Berg would work together for the 5th time on the film adaptation of Wonderland, from the novel series written by Ace Atkins based on Robert B. Parker's character Spenser, which would be streamed by Netflix. Written by Sean O'Keefe, the script is a very loose version of the novel. The characters in the movie do not mirror the characters in the novel beyond the names used. The film was produced by Neil H. Moritz through his original film, along with Stephen Levinson and Wahlberg, and Berg through his film 44. In October 2018, Winston Duke joined the cast to portray Hawk. That same month, Post Malone, Alan Arkin, Iliza Shlesinger, Bokeem Woodbine, James DuMont, Marc Maron, and Michael Gaston also became members of the cast, followed by Colleen Camp November 2018. Filming began in late 2018 in Boston. The residence of character Cimoli, with whom Spenser is staying, was filmed in the Jones Hill neighborhood of Boston, on the street where actor Wahlberg lived during his teenage years. The film score was composed by Stephen Jablonski, who has worked with director Peter Berg on earlier movies. The soundtrack was released by BMG. The film was released by Netflix on March 6, 2020. At their Q1 meeting in April 2020, Netflix reported 85 million households watched the movie around its first 6 weeks. Want a chance to win a free Amazon gift card? Be sure to watch again to find out how. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out our other videos.